She put the bowling ball in the toilet.
You are kidding me. Oh, welcome to NASChat, a little show about NASCAR with your host, Bassmasters, my friend Buzz Cutler, and we have got a terrific show today, Cutler.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be great. Coming up, guesting on the show with us today, one of the best reporters in the business, and frankly, I think he is the best, our friend Bob Pockrass of SceneDaily.com. We work side by side with him, Cutler, so it's a great pleasure to have him on the show. Won't you welcome Bob Pockrass?
Come on, get on out here, Bob. Yeah, good to see you. Good to see you. Have a seat.
Thank you.
Welcome, sir. Hey, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Have a seat.
Uh-oh, I'm between you guys.
I know.
A rock and a hard place.
Which one are you? Yeah, okay. All right, you're back from Talladega. Now, that was not the craziest Talladega race that we've ever seen. In
just ask AJ Allmendinger.
AJ Allmendinger
how crazy it was.
Beg to differ a little bit with that assessment. But what were the things that you noticed that came out of Talladega? I mean, that two-car draft is crazy. And Kevin Harvick, we used to talk about, we got a massage on the bodies of these race cars, and his car's all beat up and no problem driving right back.
Yeah, I was a little bit surprised that he was able to do that. Even some of the bare bond came off, and they still had a little bit of a hole, it looked like there, and they had to patch it back up, and it was coming off again when by the end of the race, and he was able to get all the way up to second. So it was a good finish for him, and if he could just have that much more on Clint Boyer when the caution came out.
15 points, right?
It would have been 15 points.
I just keep that in the back of my mind when I think about this championship and coming down to it. And Kevin Harvick kind of...
It's 10 races, right? And it's not just one
I know, but you might
finish.
wish you had that extra foot and a half. But who's your pick? I mean, who's your pick for the championship? We're through Talladega. It's kind of a heads-up race here. Denny, Jimmy, Kevin.
Well, I picked Denny before the chase started. And
you did that.
Yeah.
What you did? Great minds think alike. I don't know.
Look at the company you're keeping here.
Yeah, okay. Never
Look
mind.
at this man's shirt.
Rare that I'm the person with the better-looking shirt than somebody else.
Yeah.
I'm sticking with Denny. I think, he won at Texas. He won at Homestead.
But Jimmy's
recently.
never had to race at Homestead. I mean, really.
That's true. That's true.
So we're not entirely sure what he could do there. All right, you've got Denny Hamlin.
I've got Denny.
You got Denny Hamlin. I'm going to stick with Jimmy Johnson because people forget that, yes, with 3 races to go the last 2 years, Jimmy has had huge leads. But the 2 seasons before that, he's actually been behind with 3 races to go. So he can handle the pressure. So
he can handle the pressure.
I'm sticking with Jimmy Johnson.
I mean, you're just trying to jump on, since everybody hates Jimmy Johnson now, you're just getting on the Jimmy Johnson.
I like to zig when the others zag.
Okay.
Now, you mentioned AJ Allmendinger, and this is one of these off-track stories. It's hard to follow, but do you see Richard Petty? I mean, these guys, obviously, they don't know anything. You ask AJ every week for the last 2 weeks, hey, what's going on? He doesn't know. What are the chances his team's around next year in your mind?
Well,
and is the King trying to buy?
The King is trying to, either get control or buy it, or a little bit of both. Will they last longer than that shirt? I don't know.
I hope so. But that might not be saying a lot.
I think every day that they're still working in the shop is a victory.
Right.
And you're getting it closer to the end of the season. I think they have a better chance of finishing the season than not. But I don't think if you work there that you've got to be prepared to be told next day that you go in that it's your last day.
Yeah, and that's got to hurt. It's got to hurt the focus of people trying to.
Yeah, I mean it's the end of the season, so
human.
I think if you're one of the guys who knew that when they were going from 4 teams to 2 teams at the end of the year that you're probably going to be gone, you kind of already know that's probably where you were headed anyway. So you're already starting to look. I think for the guys who thought, hey, I'm definitely going to be here next year, they're still kind of wondering, well, do I need to look or do I, not look? Because, I want to work with Allmendinger or I want to work with Ambrose, and, you're going to have to kind of keep your ears open.
Is a horrible place to be.
It is. But, I mean, if there's anybody, these guys have been through it before.
Dale Jr., if you were Rick Hendrick, how seriously would you be considering making a change for next season?
I would say it's 50-50. I mean, if you're Rick Hendrick, the big question is who are you going to get? Who's going to be better? Lance McGrew knows cars. He and Junior have a pretty good chemistry.
That magic, Bob?
Yeah, but I don't know if that magic is to be found.
There's only one man alive who can crew chief Dale Earnhardt Jr. with that chemistry that got him the 18.
And that was Pops.
That's what you're saying. I mean, You're saying he's got to take his bird in the hand and not go for the 2 in the bush. Is that what you're telling me?
I guess whatever that means. But I mean, so you didn't see enough at Martinsville or enough at Talladega to make you think that it's going to happen.
Well, I guess you got the rest of the season. I mean, as you say, Phoenix is a good track for Junior, so he could run well there. And you were saying he did the tire test at Homestead.
He did the tire test at Homestead. He hasn't been all that happy with Phoenix since the start of the COT, but there's a lot of tracks that he hasn't been all that happy with.
I mean, there's a number of possible explanations.
Well, sure. I mean, and it's just trying to find that chemistry and the getting to where you get maximum feedback and maximum improvement during a race, which seems to be our Junior's biggest challenge.
It's like they can't keep up with the track, or they lose it. Even if they have it, they lose it.
And I don't know. I mean, I don't think you can blame one person for that. I just think it's been a long kind of issue for them.
All right, Bob. Hey, thanks for being on the show. I hope you get back on. I really appreciate it. Bob Pockrass, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. We'll be right back after this message.
Not to be confused with Jeff Gluck.
No. Don't confuse him with Jeff Gluck, because they'll both get mad.
Rowdy.com. Say it like it is.
Say what like it is?
Rowdy.com.